Hi, gigpreneur. What is happening? What is going on? Welcome. Happy Thursday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, and I help folks just like myself, just like you, to make money from online using the social media space. So if that's you, drop the word me in the comments and I'll get back with you after this live. Welcome. As you're joining me live, I'll let you know that we are live on all channels: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, later on X and Threads and LinkedIn. As you're joining in, let me know where you are tuning in from. It would be kind of nice to know. I myself am from Southern California. It's been kind of a crazy weather here, up and down. Like during the day, it's amazing warm, and around this time, it gets chilly. What is happening? Let me know you are on. I'll wait a couple of seconds before we get into it. I'm going to talk about what makes a person a kind person. Have you ever thought about that? I know for a fact I am not the only one who has encountered with a kind person in their lives. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the compliment. I'll take compliments well. Thank you. If you guys are not following me, I mean, the glasses alone should make you want to follow me, right? Follow me. I'll tell you all day how awesome I am. And this is a possibility. I mean, it's kind of what they're saying is that TikTok is going to be banned in US as of January 18th. I have no idea. I don't do that stuff. I don't get into politics and why and this and that. But all I know is that if it does, and if you like my content, would like to keep in touch, consider following me on other channels and connecting with me that way. So there you go. There you go. There's that. All right, let's talk about kindness. Who here has encountered some serious kindness where it has left you like this? I have had, I have been humbled, I should say, not had. I have been humbled by at least man. There's a few. There's a half a dozen, at least half a dozen folks that I can think about throughout the years that have been really kind to me. Uh, I don't. Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if we can do that. Who asked that question? That's very smart, Valeria. I can't think of that. See that? You see what I'm saying right now? That was smart. I don't know. I can't think of that stuff. Maybe you can. I never thought about it. Very nice. Manoush, how are you? Welcome. I see you on Instagram. That is a good thought. So I know that I've counted at least half a dozen folks that have been super kind to me, and sometimes it's just been maybe I really didn't deserve to be dealt that way. Maybe I wasn't that nice to them, but they were really super kind to me. And there's three things I want to share with you about kind people that may surprise you. that may surprise you. One thing about a kind person that makes them really kind is that they really understand the people who are broken. They understand the brokenness in people. They understand the failures. They understand the step downs. They understand the blocks. They understand the cries, the complaints. They have a really good understanding of just people down on their luck, right? They have a really good understanding of that. The second thing about kind people is that, and let me know if you agree. Drop a one in the comments if you agree with that. That they understand the brokenness in other people. Like when you speak to them about something in your life that you feel like you're broken, you're just down on your luck. They can relate, or they can understand, right? They make you feel good about it. Number two. Number two is that they kind of they have an understanding of what kind of thin threads are holding you. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you're just really having a rough time, and you're just at the edge, right? And you're like, you know what? I am on thin ice. Kind folks have a very special way of understanding those things. They can understand and appreciate these lines, these threads that are holding you on from just. They can appreciate those things. Who agrees with that one? Drop a two in the comments. Come on now, let's go. Drop a two in the comments if you agree with that. And number three, maybe the one that surprises you the most, and that is kind people are pretty realistic. They don't usually sugarcoat stuff. They don't usually fake stuff. They don't give you fake news, fake hope, right? They're pretty realistic. Now, they may be reserved in what they say sometimes because it may not be the right timing, but they're very realistic in their ways. Now, some people may think, well, kind people, they've had the good life, or they've had this, they've had that, they've been able to, right? Well, if you look at the roots of kindness, the roots of kindness are actually pretty dark, believe it or not. They actually come from pain and darkness and failure and breaks and breakups. And they come, and usually people who are kind, it's usually because they've gone through all that. And it's not only because they understand you. The reason why they understand you is because they can relate to you in some ways. Now, I know I am one of those folks that always likes to, well, most of the time, I guess I could use always. I always like to see the other side as well, right? I'll do my best to flip the coin, right? This is great, right? It does come from, darkness and pain, and all that is wonderful, and they can relate to you, yes. However, you got to think about this. Some people turn dark as well. So it's not like all darkness and pain and struggles and breaks and breakups, all this stuff will lead you to kindness. There are times that, people take these things in and hold on to them and turn pretty evil, right? But if you look at the other side, the kindness side, you can see there's scars, there are pain, there are times of struggle, right? Now, there are other rare occasions that people come from a great background, and kindness has been practiced and taught throughout the whole entire house, and that's wonderful. But if you go back to the roots of that, I'm telling you, it comes from pain and suffering and struggles, and because you learn to be either soft-hearted or really dark-hearted, right? I mean, in times of struggle and tough times, you get to either really become really understanding of other people in those situations, or you just end up hating everything, blaming everything, complaining about it, everything, and that's where um, gratefulness kind of walks out the door, right? So keep that in mind that being kind, it comes from, scars, and if somebody's kind to you, recognize that in them, that hey, this person has many stories to tell, that this is the reason why they're kind to me. And in a world, I say this often, in a world where kindness is kind of a commodity, it's kind of rare now, right? If somebody's kind to you, you're surprised, you're like, what do you want? What's your agenda? Wait a minute. Why are you being so nice to me? It's like we question that, right? We don't really think that's a common thing anymore. And if somebody's nice, we just like immediately want to question it, right? I'm asking you to put that aside and spread kindness anyway. Let people question your kindness, but you be kind anyway. I have found that to be pretty cool. I haven't been a person that has been practicing that for a long time, but I have found that in some really rough times you can still be kind and practice. That you got to tame it, right? You got to. I mean, this is the time to train it, if you would. So in a time where people are in need of kindness, I ask you to spread kindness. If they question it, let them question it. Let it come from a good place and mean well, right? Mean well, and go out there and be kind, because it definitely it's it's not out there, you know. So with that, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. I appreciate you guys. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Let this feed grow. If you're not following me, I am on all channels: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere, X, LinkedIn, Threads, And I go with Side Gig Sean. And yeah, if you feel like this is worthy of sharing, do what you got to do, spread the love. And with that, I am Sean Azimi with sidegigshawn.com. And what I do is simple. I help people like myself, I help like people like yourself to make extra cash, if you would, online using the social media space. So if that is you, if you're curious or serious, drop the word me in the comments and I will get back with you after this live. And with that, I am signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.